My God, I hate drugs.
Also on Saturday, a Lanao del Sur councilor was killed and 3 others were injured in a shooting incident in the town of Balabagan. Initial reports say 31-year-old Kapatagan Municipal Councilor Nasif Palawan Bansil, along with the 3 other victims, were inside the compound of former Mayor Haji Amer Sampiano when 5 unidentified suspects entered the house and fired upon the victims. Police are still investigating the shooting and looking into Rido, or clan wars, as the motive behind the killing. What is the Philippine National Police doing to address the killings? We are joined this morning live here in the studio by PNP spokesperson, Senior Superintendent Bong Durana. Good morning, sir, and welcome to New Day.
Good morning, Ria, and thank you for giving us the time to be here.
Okay, first, do you have any updates regarding the investigations into these killings, especially for Mayor Halili and Mayor Bote?
So far, our different special investigation task groups are hard at work in casting a wider net to make sure that we will be nailing down the real culprits in this tragic incident that took place in Laguna and in Cavite. So they are gathering physical and testimonial evidence, CCTV cameras, and building up strong leads so that would be, our desire is really to, give justice to the victims of these incidents.
Okay, regarding the murder of Mayor Halili, there was a reenactment of the crime last week. Were you able to gather new evidence or new information from this exercise?
Yes, definitely, because that's a basic investigative technique that they reenact so that they would know the sequence of events. And also, not only that, they are also conducting ballistic and autopsy examination so that they can have a clear idea, understanding of what really took place, and that's very important in any investigation.
Okay, regarding the other killings, these appear to be politically motivated. Is this correct?
Well, that's one of the motives that our investigators are looking into, but definitely we are, casting a wider net, so that we'll be able to really, get into the bottom of this. The desire of the Chief of the Philippine National Police is to really get into the bottom of this because we want to seek justice for the victims of this horrendous act.
Okay, so, some human rights watchers have said it's because of the tone of the Duterte administration that has sort of emboldened people to carry out these acts. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think we need to, really engage the human rights actors because most of the time what they are saying in the media are based on misinformation, based on lack of information. But I think we need to sit down with them some more so that they are also part of the government agency of the government. We need to sit down with them some more to give them the real facts so that they will not be talking in the media based on uninformed sources.
Okay, so why do you think then, sir, that these assassins or whoever's behind it have become so brazen?
Because probably because of the kind of information that some quarters are trying to portray. Ria, we have to very careful. I think we should be discerning. All quarters should be very discerning because we may be playing in the hands of the enemies of the states, and those quarters who don't have the interests of the people in their mind can make covert and covert acts to exploit the situation to create the scenario that we want to create to pursue their vested interest.
Okay, some senators have commented or said that these killings might be used as a justification for martial law or strongman rule. Do you agree with this?
Well, probably our senators have a basis on saying that, but as far as we're concerned, again, I think everyone, all quarters, including the media, should be very discerning and watchful, because some quarters we may be playing the hands of the enemies of the state. Like, for example, if you remember what happened at Plaza Miranda and some other acts, some quarters may be exploiting these incidents, although these incidents are not actually creating the real picture of the crime situation here in the country. So I guess everyone should be very discerning and watchful, so that the enemies of the state will not be able to capitalize on these incidents.
Okay, so we had at least 6 murders last week. Does the police see a pattern in these crimes?
We are actually expecting this. In fact, the only thing is that this is quite too early. That's why the chief of the Philippine National Police actually directed his command group and the regional director to review our security preparations through the conduct of police patrols, police visibility, focused law enforcement operations, random checkpoints, etc. We need to fine-tune this security preparation, and we have to do it early, because we are seeing a normal pattern, a normal phenomenon, I should say, in a lead up to a national election.
Okay, so not so much a pattern in the way the crimes were perpetrated, but more the timing. The timing. Because of the upcoming elections.
Yeah, and at the same time, he also directed the chiefs of police and the police directors, provincial directors, to coordinate closely, not only with the local chief executives, but also some other sectors, to make sure that the security arrangement, security safety measures that will be put in place this early would have a broad support of the community, Ria.
Now, understandably, a lot of local officials would be very alarmed by everything that happened last week. Are they actually asking the PNP for more protection?
What I've heard is that they went to the DILG, but even before they come to us, it's our normal function to be proactive, to be preventative in our effort to make sure that everyone is safe and secure in this country.
Okay, given everything that happened last week, what's the mandate of the DILG to the PNP now?
Basically, what for sure we will see it coming. In fact, I'm sure there was already a directive to the chief of the Philippine National Police by OIC Anyo to beef up our security preparation, to fine-tune, tweak it a little, so that this security preparation is responsive in today's context area.
Okay, last week, former PNP Chief Ping Lacson himself actually said greater gun control perhaps needs to be implemented to help arrest this problem. What's your take on that?
Well, as far as gun control, proliferation of loose firearms here in this country, law enforcement is only one of the answers. There are legislative action that need to be pursued, regulatory function beyond the purview of the Philippine National Police. This should be the problem of proliferation of firearms, and private armed groups should be the concern of everyone, not only of the Philippine National Police. So I guess our country, all stakeholders should come together and really sit down how to address this problem. Law enforcement is just part of the solution. There should be a whole of government, if not the whole of nation approach to address the problem of proliferation of firearms. That's
right. Definitely not just all on the PNP.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, PNP spokesperson, Senior Superintendent Bong Durana. Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
And you're on New Day. This is CNN Philippines. Coming up, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg moves up on the list of the world's richest persons. More stories when we come back. The rescue operation for the football team and their coach trapped inside an underground cave in Thailand has been described as a war against water and a race against time.
That's right. After more than 2 weeks, at least 4 of the 12 boys are now out, and that leaves 8 more of their teammates and their coach still inside.
That's right, Christine and Ria. Now rescuers are racing against time to save them. Take a look at what happened
All right, breaking news here. This video from CNN's Thai affiliate Spring News is reporting that according to a military source, you see here, at least one boy has been transported on this helicopter to a hospital.
It was up to ultimately the boys to decide, in conjunction with the doctor deep in that cavern in the mountain, to come up with a plan of who to go first.
We're about an hour or so south of where that cave entrance is, where those boys were taken out of. The ambulances are going to come down here. They're going to move these cones when the ambulances arrive. That building right there, that's the hospital, and that's where we are expecting these boys to come when they get here.
And I've spoken to specialist divers on the scene here who have said that this is something that has never been undertaken before. That incredibly arduous trip for the young boys, 11 to 16, and their coach through those tight passages, and then to get them out one by one because of the nature of the technical diving that is being undertaken, and out to their families. It's really captured the world's imagination.
Okay, there you go. So we have 4 out, and then they still have 8 more boys inside, including their coach.
Wow, it's so dramatic. And I was reading actually in a report that the coach, you know, because they've been writing letters to their families, and the coach apologized to the families for it, and the families wrote back saying, you know, nobody blames you for this at all. We know that you're taking amazing care of the boys, and this was really just a horrible accident.
You're right. You know what? As parents, you know, I'm not a parent. You both of you are, and you have young boys, young girls. It's just really. I don't know what to feel when you know you have your boys, you have your kids stuck there for how many days with the coach. Though that's why I feel like also the coach also apologizing to the parents, because he feels it's his responsibility.
Being, of course, the eldest one there, I mean, he has the bigger role in terms of trying to uplift the boys, keep the morale going. I mean, there's a lot of mental things going on, being locked in a dark, you know, enclosed cave for more than, you know, well, they're 15 days or so, and only being found after 9 days. So 4 are out. They're still waiting. They're hoping that maybe the other boys can leave today, although they're trying to replace and replenish the oxygen level in the cave. And we'll see. Hopefully today. I mean, the monsoon rains are coming, and this is really
time is really not on their side with this. And if you know, you saw the diagram on the screen of exactly what the terrain is like in those caves. It is not an easy journey, even for the expert divers.
And for an 11-year-old, you know, little boy who's doesn't even know how to swim, much less dive in these extreme. The moms and they're hungry and they're cold. And
you girls are speaking like moms, which understandably so. Okay, we. Stay tuned with CNN Philippines for more details on that. We bring you more news. Here's the latest on the roads now at 6:29 in the morning here in Metro Manila. Time to check how roads are looking this Monday morning. First, we go and head out. Check out EDSA White Plains Avenue. This is in Quezon City. Now, the lanes